So let's dive into the fascinating history and development of the Austin Magic Pistol. This extraordinary toy gun was created back in the 1940s and quickly gained popularity among children and adults alike. What made this toy stand out from the rest was its unique chemical reaction that allowed it to fire ping pong balls, giving it a sense of realism and excitement. The Austin Magic Pistol was invented by an American named William F. Austin, who was inspired to create a toy gun that could shoot projectiles without using gunpowder or any other traditional explosive materials. His innovative idea was to use a chemical reaction to generate the energy needed to propel the ping pong balls out of the barrel. The pistol itself was made of die-cast metal, and it featured a small chamber at the rear where the calcium carbide and water would be loaded. To fire the gun, users would simply give it a shake, causing the calcium carbide and water to mix and react, producing a small explosion that shot the ping pong ball out of the barrel at high speeds. The Austin Magic Pistol became a huge hit upon its release, with many people fascinated by its unique mechanism and the thrill of firing the ping pong balls. It was also marketed as a safe alternative to traditional cap guns and other toy firearms that used potentially dangerous explosives. However, as we'll soon discover, the safety of the Austin Magic Pistol was not all it was cracked up to be. Now that we've explored the history of the Austin Magic Pistol, let's delve into the science behind its explosive mechanism. First, the key to this toy gun's unique ability to fire ping pong balls lies in the chemical reaction between calcium carbide and water. Calcium carbide, a grayish-black solid, reacts with water to produce acetylene gas and calcium hydroxide. This reaction can be represented by the following chemical equation. Calcium hydroxide. The acetylene gas produced in this reaction is highly flammable and can be ignited by a simple spark. When the gas ignites, it creates a small explosion with a burst of energy, which is then used to propel the ping pong ball out of the barrel. Inside the Austin Magic Pistol, a small chamber at the rear of the gun holds the calcium carbide and water. When the user shakes the gun, the two substances mix, and the chemical reaction begins. As the acetylene gas builds up inside the chamber, it only takes a small spark from the gun's firing mechanism to ignite the gas and create the explosion needed to fire the ping pong ball. This clever use of chemistry allowed the Austin Magic Pistol to function as a thrilling and seemingly safe alternative to traditional toy guns that used gunpowder or other explosive materials. However, as we'll soon learn, the safety of this unique toy was not without its concerns. It's time to take a closer look at the safety concerns and potential injuries associated with the Austin Magic Pistol. Although it was initially marketed as a safe alternative to traditional toy guns, it quickly became apparent that this explosive plaything was not without its dangers. Firstly, the chemical reaction between calcium carbide and water produces a small explosion, which creates a loud noise. This sudden burst of sound could potentially cause hearing damage, especially if the gun was fired close to the ear. Repeated exposure to these loud noises could lead to long-term hearing problems. Secondly, the high-speed projectiles the ping pong balls, posed a risk of eye injuries. When the gun was fired, the ping pong ball would shoot out of the barrel at high speeds. And if it were to hit someone in the eye, it could cause serious damage. Additionally, the force of the explosion could cause the ball to shatter, sending small plastic fragments flying through the air, further increasing the risk of eye injuries. Lastly, there was a risk of burns caused by the explosion itself. The acetylene gas produced by the chemical reaction is highly flammable, and when ignited, it creates a burst of heat and flame. If the user were to accidentally place their hand or any other body part too close to the gun's barrel when firing, they could suffer from burns. As these safety concerns came to light, the Austin Magic Pistol's reputation as a safe alternative to traditional toy guns began to fade, and it became clear that this seemingly harmless plaything was far more dangerous than initially believed. Now that we've discussed the safety concerns and potential injuries associated with the Austin Magic Pistol, let's examine the reasons behind its eventual ban. As the dangers of this explosive toy became more apparent, public opinion began to shift, and stricter regulations on toy safety were implemented in the years that followed. One major factor that contributed to the ban of the Austin Magic Pistol was the growing awareness of its dangers. As more and more reports of injuries and accidents related to the toy surfaced, parents and regulators alike began to recognize that the seemingly harmless toy was, in fact, quite hazardous. In response to these concerns, stricter regulations were imposed on toys in general. The U.S. government, through agencies such as the Consumer Product Safety Commission, started to implement more rigorous safety standards for toys. These regulations aim to protect children from potential hazards and ensure that toys on the market were safe for use. The Austin Magic Pistol, with its explosive mechanism and the various risks it posed, simply could not comply with these new safety standards. As a result, the toy was eventually banned, marking the end of its controversial presence in the toy market. The ban of the Austin Magic Pistol serves as a prime example of how societal attitudes towards safety and regulation have evolved over time, leading to a greater focus on ensuring the well-being of children as they play. Finally, let's analyze the cultural and historical significance of the Austin Magic Pistol and how it serves as an example of changing societal attitudes towards safety and regulation in the toy industry. The Austin Magic Pistol, despite its relatively short-lived presence in the toy market, made a significant impact on how we view and regulate toys today. Its rise and fall showcase the importance of prioritizing safety in the design and production of toys, as well as the necessity of regulatory oversight to ensure the well-being of children. Before the Austin Magic Pistol, toy safety regulations were relatively lax, and the potential dangers of certain toys were not always well understood. However, the accidents and injuries associated with this explosive toy served as a wake-up call for both the public and regulatory bodies. As a result, stricter safety standards were implemented, leading to the development of safer toys and the removal of dangerous products from the market. The Austin Magic Pistol's ban marked a turning point in the toy industry, as it highlighted the responsibility of manufacturers to prioritize safety and adhere to regulations. Furthermore, the story of the Austin Magic Pistol reflects the evolving societal attitudes towards safety and the role of regulations in protecting consumers, particularly children. Over the years, this shift in priorities has led to many changes in the toy industry, with manufacturers paying more attention to safety concerns and working to ensure their products meet the increasingly stringent safety standards. In conclusion, the Alston Magic Pistol's cultural and historical significance lies in its role as a catalyst for change in the toy industry. It serves as a reminder of the importance of safety, regulation, and responsible manufacturing practices, lessons that continue to shape the industry to this day.